everyone, welcome to Learning Chess with me. Today we are going to be talking about World War I, and this subject is amazing. Today we are going to have a name reveal. I am going to be called Chess Wiz, and this is
the History Wiz.
He will be explaining all the history, and I will be explaining all the chess. Now, if we can get 1,000 views and 20 subscribers, I will have a 1,000 Robux giveaway. Now, Orange, or as we call him, History Wiz, will take the lead.
So, World War I started with the assassination of the Prince of Austria, which used to be very powerful during that time. A Serbian man assassinated him. Then Russia declared war on Austria, Germany, Austria, Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire, which is now modern-day Turkey, helped the Austria, while the Russia, Serbia, France, Great Britain, and the U.S. helped the Serbia side. The Germany, Austria, Bulgaria, and Ottoman Empire side was called the Central Powers, or Russia, Serbia, Great Britain, France, and America was called the Allies. So World War I did not start with the assassination of the Prince of Austria. There were many reasons why World War I started, except the assassination. So World War I started because first, alliances. Europe has so many alliances that if two countries declared war on each other, more countries will start declaring war and join other sides. And a fight between two nations would turn into a fight between 10 or 20 nations in Europe. Another cause was military might. Europe was getting so strong that they wanted to prove its might. So World War I was called the Great War, as some of you know. It was called the Great War because more heavier ships were invented, submarines were designed, heavy artillery, tanks, poisonous gas were also invented. So, as I said, planes were invented too. In 1915, the Germans invented their own plane. And in that same year, Germany tried to cross a bridge, but it took many months, and eventually Germany surrendered at that battle. But that was still 1915, and the war ended in 1918. But in World War II, they crossed the bridge in one day, and if you didn't hear it, then I'm sorry. So, with new technologies in place, as I said, poisonous gas was invented too, and the Allies in Central were all using poisonous gas in battle, and trench warfare became very important. Trench warfare was very bloody, okay? Each side cannot even gain 1 inch of land sometimes, and the best they can get was gain 10 inches of land. So trench warfare was very bloody, and sometimes it would take months to stop that trench warfare battle. So as I say, the U.S. joined in 1917, but there were also many causes before U.S. joined. Two major causes was the sinking of the Lusitania, which was sunk by a German U-boat carrying more than 100 U.S. passengers. Another thing was the telegraph, a message sent by Germany to Mexico asking for help. In return, Germany would give Mexico some of the states that it once owned before the Mexican-American War. That made the U.S. very angry. So, the United States, Woodrow Wilson, which was the president during that time, and Congress declared war on Germany. The Russians eventually had to leave the war because, in 1920, there was a revolution called the Russian Revolution, and eventually in 1921, Russia would become the Soviet Union. So, with the help of the U.S., the Allies started to win some major battles. So Germany was in desperate need, and it was quickly losing battles, and people were quickly going to push in. the Allies were going to quickly push into its capital. So Germany surrendered in 1918. But that was not the end of the story. In agreement, Germany had to shrink its military, give up land, and pay a huge amount of money, which is now more than $1 trillion in today prices. It had to split the land, which some of it divided the country in two, and it also had to shrink its military. And in 1918, as I said, the war ended in the 11th month of the 11th day and of the 11th hour, which was known as Armistice Day, and eventually evolved into Veterans Day.
Now that will be it for our World War I video. And please don't take the 1,000 Robux. It's April Fool's Day and everything. Not the world wars were true. The facts were all true. But the Robux was not. It's an April Fool prank. Now have a good April Fool's Day.